All right, this is part two. Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying here? You're not saved. That's why you guys are gonna feel like total shit, man. Because you're battered from God's glory. You're not saved, obviously. That's why all the guys like Jon Favreau and Peter Jackson, the actors, are all gonna what? They're all gonna brag, obviously, and they're all once the projects, the movie project's over, they're gonna all beg their asses off for me. Especially Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, they're gonna really beg because they know they're not gonna make this money in Hollywood. I offered John $34 million signing bonus. That's $20 million in your bank after taxes. I gave him a rich $6.8 million yearly salary and a $3.5 million yearly salary. I gave him a $20,000 worth of commercial money. That's nice pocket money for a fucking celebrity. It's a nice paycheck, obviously. He got his $2,000 gift card. He got his $3,500 gas card. He got his $50,000 bonus after filming is completed. And I gave him 0.2% of the profits for my movie. You see what I'm saying here? Which is a good what? I don't know. He might make a good 15, 18, $20 million, 25 million. I don't know how much he'll make. My guess he'll make about, I don't know, 25 million maybe around there. 20 million, 25 million he'll make. An extra million he'll make. So Jon Favreau will be making what? Like 70 million for my movie around there. He's making about what? Jon Favreau's making about what? 40 million for my movie around there? 50 million. Yeah, Jon Favreau's making about $50 million for the Zanus project, and he's also making his 0.2% of the profits, which is a good, I don't know, $17 million, $18 million in royalties. Yeah, he knows that Lucasfilm cannot compete with my company, and that's why he's gonna beg odds because he struck it rich. With what? For my company, obviously. You see what I'm saying? He struck it rich, obviously. He knows Lucasfilm, and if I offer John a piece of the royalties, Lucasfilm will not be able to compete with my offer. Because Lucasfilm is not going to. Jon Favreau does not get squat for what? For the royalties. No, he gets his flat salary. I guarantee Jon Favreau makes like $14 million a year around there for Lucasfilm. Around there he makes, right? Jon Favreau probably makes around 14 million a year maybe, and Lucasfilm might offer John maybe 17 million a year as a president of Lucasfilm. Okay, John, we'll pay you 16 million a year, 17 million a year, and they might offer him bonuses and maybe perks. They're guaranteed they're gonna tell John, sorry, John, we can't compete with Ivan's offer, man. Ivan's fucking king now. He has billions in his bank. He can pay you your rich fucking bonus, your rich series salary, give you all these nice perks, and his movies are gonna gross billions, obviously. And he's giving you 0.2% of the profits. We can't compete with Ivan's. We can't compete with Ivan's offer, John. We're gonna see Bob Chapek and Kathleen Kennedy. Ah, sorry, John, we can't compete with Ivan's offer. He's too powerful. You know what I'm saying? We can't compete. And John's like, yeah, fuck Hollywood. I'm working for Ivan. Yeah, man. I'm saying, yeah, Ivan's offering me way more money. I know when Ivan's king and he does that Zane's movie, my Mandalorian show, my Boba Fett show, my Ahsoka show, my Andor show, and all stuff, they're all gonna be the side attention. Jon Favreau's not stupid. He knows when I am king. He knows what Jon Favreau knows that what Jon Favreau knows that what that the moment I start the process for Last of Us Zanes, his movies are the side attention. He's not stupid. He knows, obviously. Hence why he'd rather. Yeah, I'd rather work for Ivan than be a part of his movie. And as long as I'm a part of his movie, I'm a part of his fame and glory, and I'm saved. I don't have that shitty feeling of being left behind and being the side attention. Yeah. And Lucasfilm cannot compete. Disney cannot compete with my offer. With my offer for I'm giving John 0.2% of the profits, man. Which is a good, like, I don't know, 15, 17, 18, 20, 25 million, $30 million in profits. It could be even 40. I don't know. It just depends how much money me and VJ make. I don't know. If me and VJ make, like, I don't know, $13 billion off the movie alone, Jon Favreau will make like 30 plus million in royalties. 35 million in royalties around there. You see what I'm saying? I just don't know how much me and VJ are going to make. My point is he's going to make his millions off the royalties. Tens of millions off the royalties. See what I'm saying? 10 plus 15 million off the royalties he's going to make. Jon Favreau. My guess is he'll probably make around 20 million around there. Right? But he might make more. He might make 25. He might make 30. I don't know. I don't know how much. It just depends how much money me and VJ make. My point is he's going to strike it rich, John. He's going to make a lot of money off of my company. And because he's your co-CEO, give him a piece of royalties. That way you keep him happy. Considering you and VJ are taking home 60% of the pie, and we're going to make our billions off the movies and merch, because you not only have the box office movie merch, you also have you not only have the box office money. Me and VJ are also taking 60% of the pie for the merch. When you're looking at billions for both for both what? For both, obviously, you see what I'm saying? And that's why to keep Jon Favreau and them happy, give them a nice piece of the pie. But even the amount of money they're making off my movies, pocketing the ground, much me and VJ gonna make. See what I'm saying? But Jon Favreau will accept me live, and it's a deal. He won't try and get like 1%. No, because he knows he's ripped me off. Obviously, yeah, Ivan, you're generous. You're willing to give me 0.2% of the profits. Yes, which is millions in your bank, John. You made your nice bonus and your nice millions, your yearly salary. You got your nice bonus after the film's completed. And I'm giving you 0.2% of all the profits for the box office. You see what I'm saying? Of the profits, not the sales. No, 0.2% of the profits, not the sales. Make sure you write it down. I'm going to tell the legal advisor, you give him 0.2% of the profits, of all the profits. Never do net or gross deals. No, the safest thing to do is just say all the profits. So whatever the profit margin that goes to me, the profits that goes to me and VJ, Jon Favreau will take 0.2% of that. So if me and VJ make $8 billion, Jon Favreau will take 0.2% of $8 billion. That's a lot of money, man. It's millions in his bank. Obviously, if me and VJ make $10 billion off the movie, Jon Favreau will take 0.2% of $10 billion. And he's walking away with millions, extra millions in his bank. And Dave Filoni, I'll give him 0.1% of the profits. You know what I'm saying? Jon Favreau knows Lucasfilm, Disney's not stupid. Disney knows they can't compete. They can't compete with my offer, man. As CEOs in Hollywood don't even get $34 million signing bonuses. You know what I'm saying? I heard Bob Iger got like a $21 million signing bonus for bonus. Yeah, and I'm paying John a bigger bonus than how much CEOs make in Hollywood. His yearly salary is lower, obviously, as most CEOs in Hollywood probably make like 15 million plus. 15, 17, 18, 20 million dollars they make on average, the CEOs in Hollywood. They make a lot of money, obviously, but their bonuses are not as big as the bonus I'm paying Jon Favreau. You see what I'm saying here? You see what I'm saying here? Yeah. Obviously. If you want to keep Jon Favreau happy and keep Dave Filoni happy, give them a nice 0.2% of the pie. The way you keep them happy. Considering you and your wife are going to make billions off the embarrassment of riches, billions off the movies and merch. Billions, obviously. I don't know. Me and VJ might make $5 billion off the movie. Obviously, alone. We're going to make a lot of money. $5 billion, $6 billion, $7 billion, $10 billion off the movie, man. Me and VJ are going to make. And another like $10 billion off the merch. Yeah, me and VJ might even make $18 billion off the movie and the merch. Yeah, man. It looks like crazy. Before I said $4.5 billion, no, man. You're looking at something. You're looking at way more than that. Because you're looking at the whole world ordering it, man. I'll calculate. What I'll do is I'll calculate a billion people. If 1 billion people buy my movie at $160, how much is that in sales? You're probably looking at, 30 billion, 35, 40 billion sales around there. That's why me and VJ are gonna make a lot of money, man. $4.5 billion is me being humble and generous. Chances are I'm gonna make more than that. Just like before, I thought I'd make $5 to $9 billion off my book, and I calculated. I'm like, holy shit, I'm gonna make a good like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 billion dollars off my book. Yeah, man. I'm gonna make a lot of money off my Zane's book. So because me and VJ have an embarrassment of riches, you give Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni a nice 0.2% to keep them happy. Considering that you're co-CEOs of your company, you pay them a lot of money. That way you keep them happy. And they make that way. They live that great celeb life. They benefit too. They live that great celeb life. Even without the royalties, I'm still paying them a shitload of money. But if you want Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni to live that celeb life, you know what I'm saying, in Vancouver, you need to pay them a lot of money. Dave Filoni, I won't pay him as much as John. I'll give him 0.1%, which is a good, 5 to like 10, 12 million in royalties around there. Just 15 million, 17 million royalties, 0.1%. Just depends how much I make. If me and VJ make a lot of money, like a lot, Dave Filoni will probably make about 15, 16, 17 million in royalties around there. 20 million maybe he'll make. If we make less, like 5 billion around, Dave Filoni will make like his 7 million in royalties around there. 8 million in royalties. That's still a shitload of money. Obviously, right? Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, Ivan, I don't care how much money you gross. I'm saying we're still gonna make millions. Yeah. Even if Jon Favreau makes 10 million in royalties, I don't know. Even if me and VJ make 5 billion off the movie, and Jon Favreau makes 15 million in royalties, that's still a shitload of money. He made an extra $15 million for himself. It's a lot of money for Jon Favreau. As in Hollywood, he only makes probably like 14 million to run all the Mandalorian shows. So to keep Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni happy, give them a nice 0.2%. But don't let them rip you off and give them like 1% each. No. You give them 1% each, they're ripping you off, and you're being way too generous. As they're not worth that. As you think I'm going to take up some of my 60% and give you that 1%, you're crazy. 0.2% is good enough. Obviously. That's good enough for Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. And other members of my 7 team, I'll give them 0.01, 0.02 of the profits. Obviously, so I'll give the secretary 0.01, which is a good, like, I don't know, 800,000. I don't know, $700,000 in royalties for the secretary. That's a nice paycheck for the first secretary to keep them happy. Obviously, they don't get the kind of money Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni get, but they get a nice like $700,000 in royalties. That's nice. $1 million in royalties around there. For my movie, you're probably looking at $1 million in $900,000 in royalties they get. Nice paycheck for the secretaries. Considering Jon Favreau and them are making way more than them, give them a small chunk of the pie. And the other guys, I'll give them 0.02, which is a good, like, I don't know, $1 million maybe in royalties, and 1.1 million in royalties the other guys get, which is a nice paycheck, man. Do a lot of good things with $1,700,000. The way you keep that way you keep the secretaries happy. Because even though I'm giving the secretaries and all of them a retirement package, they're not making the kind of money that Jon Favreau and them are making. They're only making their $1 million, $2 million every year. So chances are the secretaries and all them, they might save a good maybe, I don't know, after the 20 years, they might have saved maybe a good $1 million in savings. The secretaries and all of them, you see what I'm saying? They're not as rich as Jon Favreau and them. Whereas Jon Favreau and them are going to have millions in the bank, man, tens of millions in the bank for retirement. Technically speaking, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni don't even need a retirement package. I might not give them a retirement package. They don't need it. Because I'm paying them, now that I'm giving them pieces of royalties, they're making more than enough money, man. I might not give Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni a retirement package, but I'll give the other 5 a retirement package because they're not making as much as Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, you see what I'm saying, her? Okay, because you guys, okay, John and Dave, don't hate me. I might not give Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni the retirement package because I'm paying them a lot of money, man. If you're making the $34 million signing bonus, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to give Jon Favreau a 5 and Dave Filoni a 3.5, but you never know. They might blow a lot of their money, though. That's the thing, though. He said, but they'll be fine. But trust me, like even if you make your millions, your tens of millions, you can blow your money, man. You're tempted to buy a bunch of things, you just blow a bunch of money. There's high chance Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will blow their money, obviously. Yes, everyone blows their money. They're gonna blow a lot of their money, obviously. But no, I'll give them a retirement package just in case. Just in case they blow a lot of the money. Because they might, I don't know, by the time they retire, they might have blown like maybe 90% of their money. So if you give them a nice $5 million retirement package or a nice, since 3.5 million retirement, they'll appreciate you. And the secretaries, I'll give them a 1.5 million retirement package. That's good enough for them. I'm not going hard enough for them. And the other 3, I'll give them 2.5. And then J.J. Abrams, I'll give him 7 million retirement package. That's good for him. Just in case he blows his money, just give him a retirement package. And what? And yeah, and J.J. Abrams, I would give him 0.2% too of the pie of J.J. Abrams. And I'd pay him his $42 million sign bonus, $8 million yearly salary, and a $4 million yearly salary. That's good for J.J. Abrams. If he's greedy and he wants like 1% of the pie, I'm like, J.J. Abrams, you're being greedy. You're not worth it, man. 0.2% is good enough. I'm not going any higher than 1% of my 1%. I'm only taking 1% of my money and it's divided with everyone. That's it, man. You're not getting any more pieces of the money. And my 7 team are not getting a dime from the merch money because they're not featured in. You guys are not getting a dime. Jon Favreau, Ivan, what about the merch? Am I going to get a piece of processed merch? I'm like, no, John, you're not worth that. You're not featured on the posters. I'm not going to give you a piece of the royalties for the merch. Whereas the movies, you were part of. You were my executive producer. You're part of the movie. I can give you 0.2% out of the box office for the movie. But you're not getting a dime for the merch. The chances are me and Vijay will make more money off the merch than the movie. Because in Hollywood, merch is way more profitable than the box office. So me and Vijay might even make more money off the merch than what we even make off the movie. That's why John might want a piece of the merch money. I'm like, you're not getting a dime off the merch money. You're not worth it. You're not featured on the posters. You had nothing to do with the merch, and you're not getting a piece of the merch. But I'll give you a piece of the box office, which is a good deal. I'll give Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni a piece of the box office, which is 0.2%, 0.1%, which is millions in the bank, obviously. And I'll give them a retirement package, and I'm also giving them two $50,000 royalty check for the releases. Okay, John, you're going to get your two $50,000 royalty check for all the releases of my 5 movies. In a good 20 years, I'm probably going to re-release my movies. I'm going to re-release my 5 movies probably a good, at least once. So Jon Favreau's gonna collect a good like I don't know he's gonna collect a good like 1,500,000 in royalties, man, for the releases. A lot of money, man. Yeah, Dave Filoni, my 17 are all gonna collect their royalty checks. The actors are all gonna, but the actors only collect royalty checks for the movie that they're in. Whereas the 17 are collecting royalty checks for all 5 movies because they're all part of my 5 movies. The 17 are getting a nice deal. They get $250,000 royalty checks for all the 5 movies. Every time I re-release all the 5 movies, you get your $250,000 royalty check in your bank, man. It's a nice paycheck. If they want like $1 million or something like that to rip me off, my guys, I'm not gonna give you $1 million. That's crazy. You're not worth it. $2,000 is good enough. That's a nice royalty check. It's $100,000 in your bank. That's a nice royalty check. You see what I'm saying? How my company blows hot out of the water? I'm spoiling the shit out of my fucking 17, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they get their $3,500 gas card, 1 year's worth of gas. They get their $2,000 gift card. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, their royalty checks. Jon Favreau and them get their nice bonus before they start work. They get their nice richly salary. They get the $2,000 bonus. The secretaries and all of them get their $1,000 bonus. I take them on 2 week vacation, a nice resort for their family. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and they get their 0.2% of the profits. It's nice. That's a nice deal for Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. You see what I'm saying? And then the bigger A's actors get their 0.1, 0.2, 0.3%. 0.4 or 0.5% is highly unlikely because I will not have enough room to pay John all of them. You see what I'm saying? Hence why the chances of me paying an actor 0.4 or 0.5 is highly unlikely. Because I have to create room to pay what? To pay Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni their royalty check. Obviously. So with the Great Escape, I'll pay Scarlett Johansson and Ben Affleck 0.1%. I'll give them 0.1% of the pie. Because it's going to affect the budget. I'll give Keanu 0.3%. Obviously. So Scarlett Johansson, I'll give her 0.1%. That's good enough for her. That's a good, like, I don't know. She'll make a good, I don't know, 15 million in royalties around there. 15 million, 17, 18, 20 million in royalties she'll make. She might make even 25. I don't know. It just depends how much I make. And I'll give Ben Affleck 0.12. That's good enough for them. And that way I can create room to pay Keanu Reeves his 0.3%. Obviously. So Keanu Reeves will make his nice 0.3. Obviously. And then Paul Bettany and John Krasinski. Obviously, I can pay those 2 guys 0.01% of the pie. Yeah, I can give them 0.01. They make an extra, I don't know, $800,000 in royalties from their rich side. That's a good deal for them. Hey, you guys are gonna make a nice, I don't know, $700 million in royalties for the movie. That's a good deal. You got your nice check. You got your $2,000 royalty check, and you also got your like $1 million worth of royalties for the movie. Because they're not bigger A's, they're not worth like 0.1% of the pie. No, they're not worth it. Pay them like 0.01%. That's good enough. Because I have to create room to also pay my 17. Don't forget that, right? My other 5. You know what I'm saying? My other 5. I don't mind going a tiny bit over 1%. I don't know, if I go like 0.07% over 1%, it's not a big deal. I'm still making my 60%. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm giving Keanu Reeves and all the 1.5 million. I'm giving what? The actors $2,000 roll check. Me and VJ are gonna make 59.009% of the pie, 0.08%. You know what I'm saying? So we're still making our 60%, but it's like it's a tiny bit of it's like a 0.0. We lost like a good 0.05% or something like that. We're still making our 60%. I'm not that crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind going a bit over 1% for the what when this profits, because chances are I'm going to go a bit over 1% because I have to pay the small A's hackers their piece of the pie as well as I don't know what percentage goes up to 0.1%. I believe 0.09 after 0.09 it's 0.1. I believe, I don't know, or it's 0.100 or something. I don't know how it works. You see what I'm saying? My point is, I'm not going any higher than 1%. I'm going to take 1% of my money. It's divided equally with everyone. So pay Jon Favreau 0.2%. You pay Dave Filoni his 0.1%. Ivan, how much money will they make? I don't know. My guess is Jon Favreau. The low end Dave Filoni will make from 0.1% will be maybe like $7 million. The low end Jon Favreau will make might be like $13 million, $14 million in royalties. That's a low end. If me and VJ make like like $4 billion off the movie, Jon Favreau will make like his $12-13 million off the movie in royalties. That's still a shitload of money. And Dave Filoni will make his like $6-7 million. It's still a lot of money, man. It's a good deal. It's nice. That's a nice. That's a nice piece of the pie, obviously. But if me and VJ end up making like $10 billion, Jon Favreau will end up making his what? Like his $26 million, $27, $30 million in royalties. And Dave Filoni will make his like $15, $16, $17 million. You see what I'm saying? $16 million over in royalties. You see what I'm saying? So if I give Ben Affleck and what? Scarlett Johansson 0.1%, and then me and VJ make, I don't know, $10 billion off the movie, they'll make a good like $14-15 million in royalties. Excluding their bonuses and their salary. I'm already paying Scarlett Johansson like $47.5 million and Ben Affleck $40.6 million with the merch money, obviously. And he's making an extra like, I don't know, $15 million in royalties. That's a nice paycheck, man, for Ben Affleck. It's a nice paycheck, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, way more money than what he makes in Hollywood. In Hollywood, Ben Affleck probably makes on average 15, 12 million for his movies. 10 million bucks. I heard he made like 15, 12 million for Justice League around there. Yeah, my company easily beats a Hollywood. And Keanu Reeves is striking it rich, man. He's making like $60 million from the bonuses and his salary. And he's making an extra like, I don't know, 0.3% is like 28 million maybe. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is making his what? Like his 75, 80 million bucks for my movie, man. He's making a lot of money, man. That's why my company easily beats out Hollywood. In other words, the contract that Keanu Reeves and Scarlett Johansson all them are signing is one of the biggest movie contracts I've ever signed in history. But I told you, there's some Hollywood actors who signed some bigger contracts than that, obviously. Like Keanu Reeves, I heard made $250 million for The Matrix. He will not make $250 million for my movie, obviously. And I heard Tom Cruise signed a massive contract for Top Gun. He made his $12.5 million salary, but he took home 10% of the pie of the profits, and he might make a good $60 to $100 million. Tom Cruise. But even then, my company still beats out Hollywood. Those contracts are very, very rare. In Hollywood, most Hollywood actors will never make that kind of money, man. Chances are they get their flat salary, they get their flat $12, $15, $20 million, and that's it, man. Chris Hemsworth got his $20 million for Thor: Love and Thunder. I heard Natalie Portman got her like $7 million. And I guarantee the other two main characters probably got their $1.52 million for the movie, and then everyone else got their shitty $500,000 because Hollywood's cheap. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood, they only have, whenever they do like a $100, $200 million budget movie, chances are Hollywood they have like a $35 million budget for the actors, and that's it, man. Whereas Ivan has like a $300 million budget for his movies for salaries alone. Yeah, man. Pay all the crewmen their $1,000 salary. You know what I'm saying? You pay all the supervisors a nice $200K. You pay all the cinematographers $2 million. The highest I'm gonna go for a cinematographer for my company is $2 million. I don't even the big cinematographers in Hollywood make like $1 million for their movies. And if the highest I'm gonna go is $2 million for my company, that's good enough. If they want like $3-4 million, they rip me off. But look, man, I'm not gonna pay a cinematographer $4 million. You rip me off. You're not worth it. $2 million for the main guys is good enough, and the assistants you pay them all their nice $1,000. It's a good deal. As in Hollywood, you don't make that. The assistants in Hollywood get like $30K, $40K in Hollywood. See what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's why coffee will blow high out of the water. Holy shit. I'll talk about Zanus in my part 3, guys. I'm procrastinating because I have a lot of things on my mind I want to talk about. Yeah, man. Yeah, so most of the bigger A-listers are going to get 0.1% for my movie because I have to. The bigger ones, I'll pay them all their 0.2 or 0.3. Whereas the middle guys and the smaller bigger ones, I'll pay them on average 0.1. Sometimes I'll pay them 0.2. I don't mind going a bit over 1%. I don't mind going 0.1% over 1%. It's not that big of a deal. It's only like $15 million gone, whatever it is. But yeah. Obviously. But for Great Escape movie, I'll pay I could pay Scarlett Johansson Ben Affleck 0.2, but I'm gonna go over 1%. You see what I'm saying here? I'm gonna go like a 0.4% over 1%. Obviously. And me and VJ will make our 59 point what? or 59.0706 million, 6%, whatever it is. I don't mind going a bit over 1%. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind going a bit over 1%, obviously, but I don't want to do that. I'll pay Scarlett Johansson and Ben Affleck 0.1%. That's good enough for them, and I'll pay Keanu Reeves 0.3. Or I can pay Keanu Reeves 0.2 to create more room. But Keanu Reeves is big, man. He's bigger than those guys. I'll pay him 0.3%, Keanu Reeves. That's good for him. For the Grayscape movie. And then Paul Bettany and John Krasinski, I'll give them 0.0, like 2%. 0.01. I'd give them 0.02. 0.02. They make a nice million two, whatever, in royalties. That's a good paycheck for them. And I'll pay John Krasinski his $13 million. That's good. That's a good paycheck for him. And I'll pay what? Paul Bettany his 11.5, and I'll give him his 0.02% of the profits. It's a good deal for him. You know what I'm saying? But I told you, because Hollywood actors are greedy and they all have egos, obviously, chances are John Krasinski and Paul Bettany might be a bit angry. Hey, look, what the fuck, man? You're paying Keanu Reeves way more money than us. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm like, guys, I'm giving you a piece of the profits. Yeah, but you're only giving us 0.02%. You know, but they won't be mad because they know 0.2%. It's like a couple million in the bank, man. For my movie, because they're going to gross a lot of money, 0.02% is a lot of money. It's like 1 million, 1.5, perhaps even 2 million. You know what I'm saying? Ivan, how much is 0.2%? My guess is between like 800,000 to like that $2 million range around there. 1.8, 1.7 range. That's a nice paycheck, man. It's not the kind of money the bigger ones are making, but I'm giving you a good deal. But I told you, because John Krasinski and them are sharks, they might be a bit pissed off, like, you know what I'm saying? Because chances are, John Krasinski, you might ask Keanu Reeves, hey, how much is Ivan paying you, man? Here's the thing, though. I'm gonna make all the salaries I'm paying the actors public. I'm gonna post all the salaries on my website for you guys to see. Obviously, I want to make, you know how in the pro sport leagues all the players' salaries are public. I'm gonna have all the salaries public for the world to see. That way, you guys know how much I'm paying all the actors for my movie. And once all these Hollywood actors see how much I'm paying all these actors, like, holy shit, Ivan's company blows hell out of the water. Yeah, you see, for the Grayscape movie, you see salaries, you see Keanu Reeves' salary, you know what I'm saying, $27 million salary, $20.9 million bonus, $20.9 million sign bonus, $10 million post-filming bonus, you know what I'm saying, $1.5 million of merch sales, obviously $60,000 commercial money, $2,000 gift card. You know what I'm saying? And it was 0.3% of the film profits. The actor's like, holy shit, Ivan's company blows hell out of the water. Yeah. You see Scarlett Johansson's rich contract, $23 million salary, $15.9 million sign bonus. You know what I'm saying? $7 million post-filming bonus. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? $1.5 million merch for the merch sales. 0.1% of the profits. You see what I'm saying? You're like, holy shit, Ivan's company blows hell out of the water. Yeah. Scarlett Johansson only made $20 million for Black Widow, and that's it. She was supposed to make, I heard, a piece of the profits. I heard she was supposed to make a good like $50 million for the movie with the profits. But even with the profits, my company still beats out Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And Scarlett Johansson is making almost $50 million for her bonus and salaries alone for my company. See what I'm saying? And she's making like an extra, I don't know, $20 million in royalties. 25. I don't know how much she'll make, but she's making her tens of millions in royalties for the profits. 0.1%. It's a lot of money, man. I don't know, an extra 50 million in profits for the royalties. I could give her 0.2, but if I give Ben Affleck and Scarlett Johansson 0.2, I'm gonna go over the 1%. You see what I'm saying? I want me and Vijay to make our 60%. Hence why I'll give you, okay, 0.1% is good enough, guys. I'll give you 0.1%. That's good enough, obviously, and I'll give Keanu Reeves 0.3. No, why? What the fuck? You're giving Keanu? Yeah, but he's bigger than you guys. You guys are not worth 0.3%. You're not as big as him. Hence why I'm not paying you as much money. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. All the actors like, holy shit, Ivan's company blows. How you see Paul Bettany's contract. You know what I'm saying? So if I do post the salaries on my website, Paul Bettany and all of them are going to know how much money I'm paying all these guys. Hence why when you sign the actors, sign them one by one. Don't sign them together in the same room. No, because some of the actors might get angry. You're paying this guy more than me. Don't do that. You sign them in. You have them come to the boardroom one by one when they sign the contracts. That way they don't get angry. Chances are John Krasinski now won't ask Keanu Reeves how much I offered him. because no one does it obviously. But I'm gonna post their salaries for the world to see on my website. Ivan, you're gonna make your salaries public? Yeah, I'm gonna make all my salaries public. Just the actors. Just the actors. The crewman's salary I'm not gonna make public. No, just the what? Just the actors. I'm gonna make their salaries public. I'm gonna have a section, and you see all how much I'm paying all the actors. You can do that. That way you guys know how much I'm paying them. That way the Hollywood execs know how much I'm paying them. See what I'm saying here? Like holy shit, Ivan's company blows our company out of the water. We can't afford to pay these actors that kind of money. Hollywood can afford to pay one big actor like $40, $50 million, obviously $30 million. But if they do that, chances are everyone else will make way, way less. You see what I'm saying? How it works, okay, if we can pay one guy $40 million, we can pay another actor maybe $20 million, and everyone else gets their shittier money. Because they don't have the kind of budgets I have. Ivan has a massive $300 million budget for paying all his stars and all the crewmen and his 7 team. Yeah. The 7 team salary, I could make it public if I want to. Considering that you're executive producers, you can make their salaries public on your website. 1 million yearly salary, 2 million. You can make it public if you want. The actors, you can make their salaries public on your website. That way you guys know how much I'm paying all the actors, obviously. Just like for the pro sports team, all the actors' salaries are public. All the players' salaries are public, obviously. You see what I'm saying? The big 4 pro sport teams, their salaries are public. So everyone knows how much all the players are making in the pro sport leagues. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But once John Skozenski and Paul Bettany and all them, and Javier Bardem, they see the salaries on my website, they see how much I offer Keanu Reeves, they might be a bit angry. Like, Ivan, what the fuck, man? You're paying them way more than us, man. Like, even though you pay us a lot of money, Ivan, it's nothing compared to how much you paid fucking Keanu Reeves. I'm like, yeah, you guys are not the bigger... You guys are not, the bigger A-list heroes. I'm not paying you the kind of money I'm paying those guys. You're not worth it, man. You're worth your rich salary. If you think I want to pay you, like what? Like a $20 million salary. You're crazy. You're not worth it for my movie. It's $13 million is good enough. But you don't make this on average. You make your $4 or $5 million in Hollywood. But Paul Bettany and John Skozenski might be a bit pissed off. Because I offered Keanu Reeves and them a deal of a lifetime. And they signed a fat contract, man. I offered those guys a deal of a lifetime too. They're making a lot of money. But it's nothing about how much money I'm paying Keanu Reeves, obviously. You know what I'm saying here? That's why you might see John Skozenski and Paul Bettany. They might be a bit angry. Yeah, you're paid. Oh, fuck, man. Ivan, you're lucky. Ivan offered you. You guys are walking away with tens of millions in your bank, man. You know what I'm saying? We're all walking away with millions in our bank. We're only walking away with a couple $1 million, like $6 million, 4.5 million. We're walking away with. You're walking away with your nice fucking like 25+ million, 30 million+ $1 million in your bank, man. You guys are fucking lucky. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because man, I'm shut my camera here.